We're back on.
Back.
I don't know what we're going to talk about in this one.
Me neither. We are live with podcast number 5. Here we are talking about the benefits of social media marketing and pushing your brand via social media. Mitch is going to start us off with this one. Mitch, what would you like to say about this?
You can't just introduce us, and you can't just give it a title and tell me, because you don't know what the hell you're doing.
Mitch knows all about it, so I'm just going to hand off. Take it away.
I'm going to take a nice solid pivot on that and talk about the asset protection and the corporate liability.
And nobody wants to hear about all that, you know.
Yeah, they do want to hear about it because they need to hear about it.
They don't want to hear about social media.
So the business is set up as a corporation, a C-Corporation, and as I was strolling down the road today, listening to Robert Kiyosaki, he told me that I was just a fool for owning real estate with a C-Corporation. Anyways, that wasn't my plan. This was my plan. To have the corporation hold LLCs that hold the property. And so I was thinking that we would collect investors in the corporation, and then to protect our assets, the corporation would own the LLCs. And so if a tenant ever fell down the staircase and wanted to sue the LLC, that would be fine, because all that would be up for stake is the LLC. Now, of course, we could put the property in the land trust, so it would just be kind of difficult for the attorney to find us and to sue us, because what is it called when an attorney they're getting their pay based off of the earnings of the lawsuit? I forget the term for it, but anyways, that's pretty much what happens. So an attorney is going to get their money based off of how much money they get, or a percentage off of what they get their client. So we want to make it as difficult as possible for the attorney to find us. And so we just want to make it an uphill battle for them and make it as difficult as possible. And that way they will just be, it's just another line of defense for us. Anyways.
I'm not going to be putting tenants in.
What do you mean?
Like any harm, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but if a tenant falls down a staircase, I mean, we didn't put them in harm. They're just suing us because they fell down the staircase and they're being goobers. Anyways, that's the basic asset protection. But the problem with that is he was saying that double taxation, and it would be better just to hold the LLCs and another LLC or something along those lines. And then also with, God, hand me my notebook. I think it's back over there. I was kind of in a bad spot to grab it. Thank you. All right. Perfect. So this is what we're looking at. Wyoming charging orders is what it's called. And so pretty much, crap, now I'm confusing myself.
Yeah,
we got
we need to talk. The thing is, we can't own real estate under C-Corp because that's a fool's game. So
what do you mean it's a fool's game?
It's not smart. It's not the smartest thing for us. It's not the smartest thing for our investors. So what we're doing is...
But that's what we're doing.
Well, we're going to change that because it's not smart.
Well, no, the problem is the double taxation, but there's also other benefits too. I mean, I just don't want to go right off of what one person said, because a lot of other people say different things, and there's a lot of different opinions. And just because, Robert thinks one thing doesn't mean it's necessarily true. But he is true, or he's right about the fact of double taxation, which is pretty much the corporation will be taxed based on profits it earns, plus dividends will be taxed. But as we've already mentioned, we're not really doing dividends. We're trying to just increase the value of the company.
For now.
For right now, or for the foreseeable future. Anyways, it's just confusing. I think we need to talk to a CPA about it. And an attorney about it.
That's
and see what they say about it. But anyways, what I'm thinking about right now is just we'll have kind of the holding and the management through the Delaware C-Corp. And then the Delaware C-Corp will own or just be a land trust beneficiary of the LLCs. And I think that'll protect us from the bottom up. And when I say the bottom up is from a tenant suing us. But where I think there's, not enough protection is from the top down, which means if Dylan goes out, gets in a car accident, and they sue him for his assets, there's not, and this is where the Wyoming charging orders came in, which are, it protects Dylan's assets from being taken, because we don't want someone to get sued in our company and then have someone on or have a large shareholder who we necessarily don't want and we don't know anything about, and we're not too happy that guy's there. Anyways, for the fact that we're not giving out dividends at the beginning, I think we're safe from that aspect, because and everything's really illiquid right now. So I think the attorney doesn't want to wait to get paid, because they would have to wait for a very, very long time, or at least a few years, to get paid from that lawsuit. So I think having this set up right now, only big problem is double taxation, but as I said, we're not really giving out dividends, so I guess that's not a problem at all now that I think about it.
For now.
So I think we've solved this issue just in this podcast.
Just by talking about it. See, this
just
is what
by
it's here
thinking
for.
about it. So how we've set it up right now, I think it is probably the smartest way. We're in good shape.
We're looking pretty good.
Back in good shape.
We are back on the track, everybody.
Anyways, now that we've discussed that, I feel comfortable with us having the C-Corp. And I wanted the C-Corp.
Which is a good thing.
I think the C-Corp definitely has its tax benefits. I think we definitely need to play with it and kind of see what we can get from that. But at the same time, if we do our accounting right with the C-Corp, I think, and I'm not sure about this, but I think if we do the accounting right and we do our taxes right, I think it won't be any different, or it won't be that big of a deal or that big of a difference than having it from an LLC as compared from tax difference, because if we manage our
taxed one time if we don't have dividends.
There's a lot to it. We're gonna have to talk to a CPA.
Definitely.
Anyways, social media marketing, that's fun. That's what we're doing right now.
That's what the video is all about. Now,
back on track. Anyways, we're running ads right now. Not a lot of money in ads, but we're waiting to get. This is a WeFunder. Let's talk about WeFunder for a second.
We've had some WeFunder issues.
How difficult they like to be, and I mean, I understand they're doing their due diligence on us, and they don't want to have questionable companies on their platform. Anyways,
we're not a questionable company though. But
no, not at all. But they're doing our due diligence,
exactly.
And they're skeptical, and they want us to prove that we are who we say we are. Anyways, I was emailing WeFunder, and they were putting us on. We're on a wait list right now because they want letters of intent from the investors that we already have lined up. Plus, they want to see a little bit more traction social media wise. And it was just really funny because they sent us a screenshot of another company, and I was like, well, this company's pretty much the same. Well, not the same, obviously, it's two different business models, but coming from the same place. And they sent us the screenshot of their Instagram account, and it had like 800 followers. And I was
it's right here.
I was like, the disappointment. Anyways, yeah, and they had like 27 posts, 800 followers, but they were following 500 people. So pretty much what they did was the follow unfollow method,
which is not only
what Dylan was trying to do a minute ago, and I was like, quit your BS. Anyways,
I don't recall that because that's a terrible method, because you're gaining people that are not your audience. Okay.
Anyways, he followed like 28 people, and I had to stop him. But not as goofy as this.
500, terrible ratio.
This oyster and chop house.
We should go back and say that's a terrible ratio, and we at least have a better ratio. 31 followers.
Yeah, but half of them were because of the post that I put up. They weren't because of you following and unfollowing.
Whatever.
Everybody sees someone trying to follow and unfollow, and they're like, oh, this goofball. And now he's trying to post something about it just doesn't even match our investor persona or our customer persona, or either
from
or
Warren Buffett. is always a good thing.
I mean,
Warren Buffett, who's the best investor in the world?
yeah, I mean, but I think he's bragging about being rich there.
Well,
And
I mean,
a lot of
his net worth is $88 billion. He can be as cocky as he wants to. The man has made an absolute legacy of himself. How much of that is liquid? I don't know, but a lot. He has a lot.
But I don't know. But I think our investors don't relate to Warren Buffett, is what I'm saying.
Moving on, what we're trying to do now is we're running ads to build our following on social media, and we're posting good content because that honestly, that's really all it comes down to is just posting content that is relevant and people want to see. We're doing this to not prove ourselves, but because we want to get the WeFunder campaign up, and also we want to extend our influence.
Yeah. So this is our advertising campaign pretty much set up. Is right now we're just running engagement ads, which is just like ads where people watch our explainer video and it says, hey, click this link to go check out our WeFunder campaign. Anyways, so we're going to retarget those people who engage with that ad. And so that's just going to be cheaper for us to retarget than to go out and just run ads based on a predefined audiences. Mm-hmm. And then also it's going to make the company look a lot bigger because people are going to see the ads, 3 or 4 times. And then they'll have a little bit more trust into us.
Right, they've already been curious, so
yeah.
Keep pushing.
Sure. Anyways, I think that'll work pretty well. I think that'll get a lot of investors in, especially when we go and we ask for like a phone number so we can call them and kind of tell them a little bit more about us. They're going to be a little bit more likely to actually give us their phone number than if they were seeing this video for the first time and they didn't know too much about us. Plus, we'll have like a few thousand, likes on our Facebook page. Hopefully a few thousand likes on or followers on Instagram. Anyways, we'll see where that goes. But I don't know. I mean, social media marketing is definitely the easiest thing that we get to do. It's probably the funnest thing too.
Definitely the most fun. Absolutely. I personally like it a lot. But see, this is the grind of a startup. Yeah. What were we saying 2 days ago?
I don't remember.
We were doing amazing 2 days ago.
Yeah, things are looking rough now.
And then yesterday at about 2 p.m. I got a text from Mitch and it says, I need you to call me. I said, okay. I gave him a call. He said, I have good news and I have bad news. He said, the good news is I'm fixing the problem. I said, oh God. I said, what's the problem? He says, the bad news is we're in some trouble and we're at a roadblock. But
I think we fixed that problem now. I'm not worried about that problem. Right now, I was worried about the whole legal setup of the company and taxes. Now that we've talked about that, I feel better about it. So I think we're in a good spot right now.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that we need more capital, and I can tell we're about to run out of capital very soon.
But
very soon.
Yeah, very soon. But that's not going to stop us, let me tell you.
Within a month, I think we're going to be out of capital.
Yeah. But we're doing.
There goes my savings.
We're doing a little bit of pre-funding through family and friends.
I don't know. Are we? I thought we were gonna set up. We're just getting letters of intent, is what I was just thinking.
True.
I don't even know how much we're gonna have to really go and get them in.
We have to.
And I don't know. I've just been tired lately, but I guess we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to
keep grinding.
We're gonna have to just do it.
Keep grinding.
What are some other things we need to do? Other considerations we've been having besides WeFunder is getting up Stripe, which is a payment processor for automated clearinghouse or just transferring big payments to like our Wells Fargo account or our Bank of America account. And that would be for accredited investors, since accredited investors is a little bit easier to accept than non-accredited investors. We got to do a lot of legal work to get set up with non-accredited investors, but we're doing it. And then also, we need to set up our active campaign email autoresponder, and that'll be kind of a part of our social media marketing.
And that'll also dig into the capital.
Yeah, but
it's all worth it.
I don't know. Things are getting difficult. It'll be fun.
It is fun.
I hope it's fun. I mean, I don't care if it's not fun.
We're doing it with a smile on our face.
We're doing it with a smile on our face. Sounds about right. But I don't know. I think that's about it for this podcast.
That's about
this
it.
was once again another like blurred lines podcast where we didn't know what we were talking about, but
Yeah, not as structured.
I think
as
it was
the
a
last
good
one.
one.
But it's good because
We talked about
they
social
hear-
media marketing and the
Exactly, and they hear the process and they hear that we're deciding and they're helping us figure stuff out, and we really just went full circle with the whole finance and C-Corp and LLC. So I'm glad we did this, and thank you.
it's gonna be a classic.
Yes.
All right.